Hi, I'm Dave May. This is an example of a model setup for a linear static stress analysis. Static stress is, the most basic analysis type. So what we're going to do is just kind of walk through a simple setup example here. We'll go through some very commonly used loads and constraints. So I'm going to switch over to select surfaces here and start out with some surface-based loads. When I do that, notice the colors change so I can tell I'm in surface selection mode. I'm going to choose this surface and hold Control and choose a couple other surfaces. And I'm going to add a fixed boundary condition to these. So I'm going to right click, go to Add Surface Boundary Conditions. Now I can check these boxes over here to constrain individual degrees of freedom, or I can choose Fixed, which will fix all of them. Right? I can use these predefined ones over here like Fixed, Pinned, or Symmetry conditions. Okay, see those added now. Another load people use very commonly is pressure. Right, so maybe we go ahead and choose this surface in here, hold Control, grab this other internal surface, maybe even these two large ones out here, and we're going to right click again. So I select surfaces, right click, go to Add, and I'm going to choose surface pressure. Let's make it 10 newtons per square millimeter. I can also add surface forces, so maybe we have something resting on this flat surface in here. So I can right click, add a surface force, and give it either normal to the surface or give it a direction. Right? So in this case I'll say it's in the positive Z, just pressing into that face. Okay. Another type of load you can add in Algor, and this is kind of beyond what you can do in some basic programs, is I can select vertices or points and choose an individual point. I can actually select a number of points if I want to. We'll just stick with one point for right now. And I can go ahead and right click and say I want to add a force, for instance. But notice there are many options available. And I can add just a force to this one particular point. Okay. What that does, if I take a look at my internal geometry here, we have a load just on that one point in particular. Okay, so these are some very commonly used options, but the bottom, the most important part here is to recognize that to add loads and constraints, all you have to do is select a surface or a point or whatever you would like to load it to, right click, go to Add, and then select your load or boundary condition.